Hi, are you looking for a quick and easy recipe to bring to the holiday dinner this year? I want to share with you my favorite holiday recipe that I make every year. My name is Patty Berry and I'm from Patty Berry Good Nutrition. So I just want to tell you about my recipe. It's cranberry salad. And I got this recipe from a cookbook, Still Life with Menu by Molly Katzen. She was a pioneer or whatever. She started the whole vegetarian revolution many years ago. And my sister gave this to me when I was 25 years old. So I've been making this recipe for a long time. I didn't realize all the health benefits at the time. And the more I make it, I realize that it's so good for us. So we start with cranberries, of course. And we use 2 cups. I basically use it for the whole bag of cranberries. I buy these cranberries around this time of year, even well before December if I see them in the store, and then I put them in the freezer. You can make this recipe with frozen cranberries straight from the freezer, not a problem. Cranberries are super healthy for you. They're high in antioxidants and phytonutrients, and one of those phytonutrients is called proanthocyanidins, and they can be very helpful for against urinary tract infections. I work in a hospital, so there are many people that get admitted with urinary tract infections. So proanthocyanidins that are in these cranberries can help prevent bacteria sticking to the bladder lining and bladder walls. So very helpful for us. Also, cranberries are very high in fiber and anti-inflammatory. So red berries, very good for our gut health. Within that recipe, we use half an orange. Now I've already cut up the orange. Here's my half an orange, a navel orange, and I try to buy it organic because I'm using the whole entire orange. You see the skin is still on. And so when I do this, I will cut off the edge of the orange and then cut that in half. And then that way you have a flat surface. It's easier to cut unusual type things. You always want to cut on a flat surface. And then I'll just cut this orange into chunks, and I've already done it here, and put it in with the cranberries. We also want to add half a cup of sugar. Now, if you are somebody that's worried about sugar, you can use coconut sugar that has a little bit more micronutrients than regular sugar. I tend to buy organic sugar, and so you can notice it's not real white, but it is at least sending the message to the food companies that we want to have less processed foods. But there's also, if you have someone who has blood sugar issues, like if you don't want to have any added sugar, you can use erythritol monk fruit products that are diet that can help keep your blood sugars good. But basically this recipe makes a large amount, so even though you're using half a cup of sugar, it's spread out, so you're not like eating half a cup of sugar at this time. So we're just going to mix that in. And we want to mix this until it's pulverized but not liquefied. Like, we don't want to make it pureed. Open it up and make sure everything's getting mixed in, things on the side. You want to, if there's like chunks of orange that just don't get broken down enough, you can kind of pull those out if you need to after you've done it a few times. I'm just going to mix it up one more time. Literally, I make this recipe right before, like as the last thing. I've like made my pies, made my other things. I typically bring pie and salads to my family gatherings. So we have a nice mixture of cranberries, orange, and sugar. Then take that out. And we're just going to mix it into our mixing bowl. And I forgot to mention that oranges, of course we all know that oranges are high in vitamin C. They're also high in folate. And they also have a phytonutrient in them called hesperiden. And hesperiden is known to be helpful for decreasing blood pressure and very anti-inflammatory. So these foods that we get from these nutrients that we get from whole foods can really help our health. Next, we want to take a whole apple, and I already started cutting up some of the apple, so we want to mince the apple. So I've cut up some, but I wanted to review how to, keep cutting safely. So something you want to do is make sure you're holding the knife at the end of the knife blade. You have a little bit more control, and then you always want to cut on a flat surface. So I've cut this apple. You don't want to cut right here, because we want to make it. We can cut it right here because it's flat, and then we want to just make some slices. And I hold my fingers over top the apple so that I'm not getting my fingers caught. And then you want to take it on its side. It's still on a flat surface, and then cut again. So you're making, because you want to mince the apple. Okay, a few more chunks. There we go. I'll use this to help scoop it up. I'm going to add the apples to the mixture, and that nice vitamin C from the orange helps keep the apples from turning brown. I'm going to mix those in. Now the next ingredient is something called Jerusalem artichokes. Now, Jerusalem artichokes are not the same thing as the green artichokes that we're used to. Jerusalem artichokes are a root vegetable, and I've cut up a little bit here, so we want to, again, mince them like we did with the apple. These are what Jerusalem artichokes look like. I've cut up, so you're supposed to use for this recipe a child's fist size, so maybe something like this size. They're not pretty, but what they do have is they're high in a fiber called prebiotic fiber, inulin to be exact, and inulin helps feed the good bacteria that we all need. We have a microbiome. Our microbiome is filled with about 1 trillion cells, or bacteria, more so than our skin cells. And that microbiome can be up to 1 to 3 pounds. And so we have a mixture of good and bad bacteria. We want to help support the good bacteria because that can lead to better health. So that's where many years ago when I got this cookbook, I didn't realize, I was like, what's a Jerusalem artichoke? And I found it in the grocery store. They're popular around this time of year. And so you can kind of just cut off the blemishes. I'm going to cut off this one because I cut it a little while ago. It looks like it's got some air to it, so it's a little bit red. So when they say the blemishes, you can see on these Jerusalem artichokes, they're all weird shapes. So if that looks weird to you, I just kind of cut off the things that are kind of brownish. And then mince it. And then again in little chunks. Going to put those in, and then next step is to then put that into your bowl of cranberries. and mix it all together. Now, I like to make this every year for, like I said, at the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. But what I also like is I started making it after the holidays because all the health benefits of it. So I like to eat it over, like, you know, my turkey, when we make, you know, turkey for the holidays. But then I also like to mix it into my yogurt. So if there's leftovers, I love to eat yogurt with full-fat Greek yogurt is my favorite way, organic. And then I mix in the nice cranberry salad, and it's very health promoting and very tasty as well. Okay, I'm Patty Berry from Good Nutrition. I hope you try this recipe. If you did, if you do over the holidays, please send me a note and let me know how you did. I'm gonna just mix it. I forgot to show you. I like to mix it in a bowl that was from my husband's family, and I bring it to the holiday dinner every year, and it looks nice in a glass bowl so that everybody can see the nice cranberries. There you have it.